let's get started now with our Letizia Gambi special. First, some of her beautiful music, and then we'll go right into the interview direct from Naples.
Che bella cosa, una giornata e sole, un'aria serena, dopo una tempesta, per l'aria fresca, pare già una festa. Che bella cosa è una giornata e sole. Mamma tu sole, che bello in è, oh sole mio, sta in fronte a te, oh sole mio, sta in fronte a te, sta in fronte a te. Quando fa notte e il sole scende, ma viene quasi una malinconia sotto la finestra tua restaria. Quando fa notte e il sole scende, oh sole mio, sta in fronte a te, sta in fronte a te.
Ah, che bella, the beautiful voice of Letizia Gambi. And we are so happy, molto bene, to have her on the show today. Hi, Letizia.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, it's great to finally get a hold of you. So tell us, this is a beautiful song that we're playing right now.
Yeah, O Sole Mio.
Yeah. And you started this album out from your own background. So much of this album is so very different from some of the other Italian albums that we've had on. Could you tell us a little bit about your background? And it seems like you've put so much passion and so much of yourself and so much feeling in the songs. Tell the audience about your background and where you came from.
Yeah. I'm from Naples. I was born in Naples, which is, of course, in the south of Italy. And I moved, when I was 7 years old, I moved from the south to the north. I grew up in a family of artists. My mother was a singer. My uncle is a professional opera singer. My father is an artist too. So I grew up in that kind of mood and atmosphere. So we always were singing old Neapolitan classic melodies and opera, operette. So first I had that in my family. But what put me to bond with my culture so much was the fact that I moved. And unfortunately, at that time, if you were from the south and you moved to the north, you were not accepted very well. Because, it's strange, but because basically they connected all the negative things about the South. As you know, mafia, Camorra, 'Ndrangheta, it's not from the South, but is everywhere. But they connect, and it was a very, very bad time for me because I was 7 years old, and unfortunately, I met teachers in my school and people in the small town where I went, which was Como, which is a beautiful town, and I love. But I have to say that it changed my life. So what happened to me was that I created a bond with my culture, and I wanted to use in everything that I did because of my culture, I was different when I wanted to be the same as the other kids. And because of my culture, I wanted to be different now because I know that is what makes me different and credible in what I do because it's in my blood.
Che pazzo. I mean, you're an Italian, though. How can you be discriminated against if you're... say more about that, Letizia.
Yeah, I mean, now it's different. Let me explain. Now it's different. But what you have to think about is this. Italians are everywhere. I mean, I think that you can find an Italian pizzeria in every place in the world because we are everywhere.
Yeah.
But before the last 20 years, I think, Italy was not a place to come for other countries, come si dice, for immigration. It was not a country where people wanted to come.
Sure.
Then, with time, when we started to have people coming from North Africa, Albania, and all the other places, being honest, the discrimination, even because it's unfortunately, it's just a few part of the Italians that they are like this. We are very open, we are very warm. It changed. So let me use this word which has a great heavy weight, which is racist. But who was like that with me, against me, then started to be like that against people from the other countries. Unfortunately, this is the reality. So for me, it was better, even if I was already, to not anymore a kid. So for me, it was not anymore a problem. But it changed. We were not a country that we were used to have people coming from everywhere. It was not that. That's why we were a little closed and at mentality. And this was my bad experience. So let's put all these things aside, but it was hard for me. And now, when I grew up, I started working as dancer, then as actress.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was that everything good that happened to me, it happened because they were searching for a Neapolitan person. You know?
Oh, because you're...
So it's my revenge.
Well, how did you, because you sing so much about love and the passion, the feelings between two people, no matter what. It's how did you come from that? Because on your website you said when you first started singing, it was almost like a dancer trying to sing, and you came from that to some beautiful concerts and this beautiful record. How did you create these songs in your heart from the bad things that you had?
I was always in love. I mean, I'm still in love with Naples and with the south of Italy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. I never. Instead of hating what caused me some grief, I started to love it because it was my heritage and my culture. So I was in a acting school after I studied musical in London, and I was taking also class lessons of singing. Then a guy came and told me, "Oh, but you are talented. Why don't you come with me? I'm going to the audition for the Jazz Academy." And my father is a lover of jazz music. So I said, "Okay, I want to try. Let's go."
Yeah.
I went to the audition, and over 60 people, they took just 6, and I was in the 6. So I said, okay, it means that this is my thing. So I graduated after 4 years in the International Jazz Academy of Milano.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wanted to do something that was not just, let me use this word, it's not the right one. Forgive me, sometimes I use simple words because of my...
No, Prego, go ahead.
But I didn't want to copy and to try to be like someone that I could not be because I'm Italian.
Yeah.
So basically, I studied jazz. I love jazz, but I didn't want to be like a regular jazz singer singing standards or trying to be like a U.S. or U.K. pop artist, because unfortunately this is what happened most of all after all this talent show coming up and all these kind of things. I wanted to use my culture, but to put together also what I love. And this is what Lenny White, which is my great teacher, mentor, and producer, liked of my idea when I had the first meeting with him. And this is what we started with.
And how did you pick the songs that you have on introducing Letizia Gambi, the new CD? How did you do that? Because I know you have an idea in your mind about cultural fusion, mixing all the different things together. Talk about that.
Yeah, we decided to create something that could be personal to me. So Lenny White, he put together all the music that I grew up with. He listened to every song, every music, soundtracks, because I love soundtracks. I love classical music. He listened to everything to understand my soul, my taste, my nature. And then I always wanted to translate some of the Neapolitan beautiful old melodies in English, keeping the original meaning with lyrics. Like, not like It's Now or Never, which is a big, big hit.
Yeah.
It is not the translation of O Sole Mio. It's completely another song. Different lyrics, different meanings,
Yeah.
What I wanted to do, because of supporting also my culture and the story of my country, I wanted to translate these beautiful melodies, keeping the same meaning. And this is what I did with the first song, which is Carmela, that on the record is My Town, which is a song that I translated and I submitted to Lenny to explain him my idea. He liked it. And then we started to create also a sound, which was based on the historical researches that we did on Naples. So all the domination. Naples was under Spanish, French, Byzantine. You know, we put together, and the sound represents me, my story, and part of my heritage.
Fantastico.
My town, my town. You always cry if no one else can see you.
So powerful, Letizia. So beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Now also, you have a song on the album called, well, you don't have to believe me. Let's play it. Oh, boy. A little bit more. Oh, beautiful, Letizia. Talk about that one.
This is apocondria. Apocondria is a word that has not a translation in Italian because a Neapolitan word. It means like some kind of saudade, as for Brazilian people, some kind of sadness. And it's a song written by Pino Daniele, which is a famous Italian songwriter. And we had the pleasure of having Chick Corea playing on this song,
Yeah.
So for me, it was a dream. It was a dream for me to be able to put together as my first album, an album with all these stars. First producing by Lenny White, which is a legend of drums and fusion, but also with Chick Corea, with Gato Barbieri, with Ron Carter, that was playing O Sole Mio, with Patrice Rushen, Wallace Rooney, Jill Goldstein. I had one of the best time of my life. I really feel blessed, even because they loved the idea of this cultural fusion, because it's something a little new,
Yeah. It is so different, and yet it is so, what is the word in Italian? Not bella. It's bella, but it's powerful. It's got a lot of feeling to it, a lot of passion. Again, Letizia, it comes right off the record into the speakers. It's nice.
Thank you.
Yes, very much so. Well, Letizia, we do have to go, but you come back and do another one, no?
Of course, I would love to.
Oh, beautiful. And what do you have to say to all your new fans here in America about the new record?
I just would love to be able to see people coming to our concert and to be able to share my music. Is a music of passion, as you said, is a combination between jazz, the real jazz, because we have the real people, the real jazz people, and the real Italian Mediterranean culture. So they are fused together. The sound is romantic, but also passionate, and maybe, I don't know. The only thing I wish is I can reach some people's hearts, because this is what I get from music, and this is what I would love to give through my songs. And this is just the beginning of my career, I hope. And my biggest goal is to put positive things in the life of some people.
Beautiful. And what is your next project? Next time we talk, when we talk, which will be soon, what is your next project going to be?
Right now, we are starting with the promotion because, as you know, the album is just out. So we are we are starting with all the interviews. I'm going to be performing someplace, and I don't have yet all the details, unfortunately. I hope to have it soon. But, I have a Facebook page, and I have a website. So if someone is interested, I would be happy to share it through this media.
And the Facebook page is Letizia Gambi, correct?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. The Facebook page, the website is letiziagambi.com, and the Facebook page is the same, correct?
Yes. It's Letizia Gambi official. Yes.
Okay, perfecto. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we will see you and talk to you again very, very soon.
Thank you.
Grazie, molto grazie.
Grazie, and I hope to talk again.
Okay, very, very, very good. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye. You're listening to an interview with Letizia Gambi. I'd like to remind everybody that the views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and their cited sources, and not those of WRUW FM 91.1 Cleveland, nor are they the opinions of Case Western Reserve University. What a sweetie pie. Well, so there you have it, and we'll get back to some of her music as well as some of the guests. She has so many guests on this program, program she just put out here. And we will play the two songs we talked about, starting with this one.
This never-ending alleyway, so dark, so sad and lonely, the sun forgets to shine. But you're still there, you flower praying star. My town, my town. You always cry if no one else can see you. You always scream if no one else can hear you. But in my veins there's blood and there's no water. Me and Napoli, my town. If love is contrary to death, and you know it. If tomorrow we only had hope, and you know it. Please don't let me wait until tomorrow. Keep me in your arms for all the night. My town, my town. But in my veins there's blood and there's no water. Oh, Napoli, my town. If love is contrary to that, and you know it. If tomorrow we only had hope, and you know it. In my veins there's blood and there's no water. Me and Napoli, my town. But in my veins there's blood and there's no water. Me
Nice, nice, nice. And you know what? By the unsurprising explosion of requests, here is one of her guests on the songs we've played. Continuing with our special on Letizia Gambi. She had so many, but this one got the most requests.
Dopo contro mi scoppia ogni minuto in pietà. Perché passando forte tu mi scongiato lieto. Se Abu Contri che sazia e dice che riuna. Abu Contri e nessuna. Abu Contri e mi scoppia ogni minuto pietto. Se perché passando forte tu mi hai scongiato lieto. Abu Contri che sazia e dice che riuna. Se Abu Contri e nessuna.
the beautiful Letizia Gambi. And we want to thank Jordy Freed of DL Media, Heather Badauer, and of course Letizia for taking time out of her busy schedule and making the arrangements so we could have that interview with her. And remember, Letizia Gambi has a Facebook page as well as a website. You just type in Letizia, Letizia Gambi, Gambi. And what will pop up is one of the most talented people around, and certainly one of the most best looking too, Letizia Gambi. Molto grazie.